Some watches aren't just timepieces. They're milestones in a collector's journey. No matter how big your collection is, there are certain models you still dream of adding. Today, I'm going to show you 6 watches that every serious collector either owns or is chasing. And here's the thing, one of them might look simple, but it's actually the hardest to get, even for billionaires. Let's start with the one that has probably been on everyone's wish list at some point. First, the Rolex Submariner. The Submariner changed watch history in 1953 when Rolex released the first dive watch water-resistant to 100 meters. The early versions were simple: stainless steel, black dial, no date. Then in 1969, Rolex added a date and even introduced a gold version, turning it from a rugged tool into a luxury status symbol. From the classic black to the green bezel Kermit, the Submariner is recognized everywhere, even by people who know nothing about watches. It's the watch you buy when you want something timeless, and the watch you keep because it becomes timeless. Now, while the Submariner is all about rugged versatility, the second watch on this list is pure design genius. And it came from one man who changed the industry forever. Second, the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. In 1972, Gerald Gente shocked the watch world with the Royal Oak, a bold stainless steel sports watch priced like gold. The octagonal bezel, the integrated bracelet, the mix of sport and elegance. It was decades ahead of its time. At first, it was too futuristic for most people. Now it's part of the holy trinity of watchmaking and one of the most copied designs in history. Owning a Royal Oak isn't just about wearing a luxury watch, it's about wearing a piece of design history. And while the Royal Oak is all about bold design, the third watch was built with one purpose: to survive one of the most dangerous sports in the world. Third, the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso. Back in 1931, polo players needed a watch that could survive the match without smashing the dial. Jaeger-LeCoultre came up with a genius solution, a case that flips over to reveal a solid back, protecting the watch face from impact. Over time, the Reverso evolved from a sports watch into one of the most elegant dress watches ever made. It's instantly recognizable, beautifully proportioned, and it tells the world you know your watchmaking history. Now, while the Reverso is discreet elegance, the fourth watch on this list was made for the skies, and it's one of the very first men's wristwatches ever created. Fourth, the Cartier Santos. In 1904, aviator Alberto Santos Dumont asked his friend Louis Cartier for a timepiece he could wear while flying. The result was the Santos, and by 1911 it was available to the public. Over a century later, it's still a style icon. From stainless steel to full gold, the Santos combines Cartier's jewelry-level design with serious horological heritage. It's the kind of watch that works in the cockpit, at a black-tie dinner, or just walking down the streets of Dubai. And if you think the Santos has presence, the fifth watch adds travel-ready versatility to world-class finishing, all from the oldest continuously operating watchmaker in the world. Fifth, the Vacheron Constantin Overseas. Vacheron Constantin has been making watches since 1755 without ever stopping production. The Overseas, launched in 1996, was their answer to the luxury sports watch trend started by the Royal Oak. It's beautifully finished, built for adventure, and versatile enough for any occasion. Special editions like the Everest make it even more desirable, and even harder to get. But as much as collectors love sports watches, every great collection needs a watch that defines pure, understated elegance. Which brings us to the final piece. Sixth is Patek Philippe Calatrava. Launched in 1932, the Calatrava is Patek Philippe's purest expression of watchmaking. Clean lines, slim profile, perfect proportions. It's proof that you don't need complications to have a masterpiece. Collectors prize it because it's timeless, versatile, and it represents everything Patek stands for: heritage, craftsmanship, and class. And here's the truth. It's often the simplest watches that are the hardest to find in perfect condition. If you want to add any of these pieces to your collection, I'm Big Moe Watches, and I can source you any watch you want in Dubai. Send me a message and let's make it happen.